These are going to be 6 outdated trends to ditch, but let's find out what 6 that I've got in store for you guys starting right now. First trend that we're gonna be talking about that is outdated are diorama setups. Now, what I mean by this, guys, is that there's a lot of people that sometimes show off dioramas that are a little bit subpar, or maybe they're using dioramas from department stores. This has got to stop, especially as adult collectors. There are a lot better dioramas out there. Nowadays, there's ones where you can buy that are completely built, ready to go, that make your diorama setups and pictures and photos look 10 times better than what they did before. But not only that, there's also custom diorama makers out there now that can make you something that is super personalized and exactly what you might be interested in. So it's time to get creative and push the boundaries of diorama design and check out the latest and greatest to make sure that your setup looks nice. The second trend to ditch is asking and looking for perfection. Model cars are not going to look exactly like the one of one. Some are going to be missing something, some might not look as perfect as the real life version, but these are just some of the things that we have to accept when it comes to model cars. It doesn't matter how much money you pay for it, there's always going to be something. Now, the more you pay, the more accurate it might be. But just make sure that a lot of the big brand names that are legit and doing things the right way are taking the CAD data, taking all the information from the manufacturers, and trying to produce the most like and kind variation of that model car that exists. Some brands may do it better than others, but cut them some slack because they're doing their best that they can. And in this hobby space, model cars can only get better from here. So let's find out what surprises are in store for us in the future. The third trend to ditch is packaging. We have got to stop with the blister style of packaging or hard to open packaging that can be frustrating and not even practical. Forget the excessive force that we've got to use. Forget using all these extra tools. Let's look for really nice display case model cars. Some come with acrylic cases already packed in. Some may not, but that's okay because there are alternative methods that we can use to actually display these model cars. So having nice packaging not only elevates the presentation, but it also makes it easier for us to open it and access the model cars while enjoying a great unboxing experience. The fourth one is going to be opening components, and this one is going to be a little bit tough. Opening compartments can definitely be cool, right? You've got hood that opens, doors that open, trunk, you've got some details inside, but I think some of you guys might be taking the opening compartments a little bit too seriously. The flip side of the model car space is there are a ton of sealed model cars that look absolutely fantastic, and you might actually be missing out on some great make, models, and aftermarket setups that you cannot get in an opening die-cast presentation. The resins can sometimes look even better than the die-cast, and they give you guys as collectors new perspectives into the model car game. And when it comes to this hobby space, a lot of the cars are going to be die-cast, sealed, resin, sealed, no opening parts, some moving parts such as wheels, but that's about it. Be open about it. It's not all about opening parts. Both type of model cars, I think, have definite advantages for all types of collectors. Number 5 is going to be die-cast metal bodies. This one actually kind of coincides with the previous one about the opening compartments, but the idea is the same. Yes, die-cast metal bodies can certainly be more durable. They've been around forever. However, the introduction of resin model cars give a different light in terms of the type of make, model, and setup that you can get, whereas when it comes to die-cast, they're producing sheer volume and numbers of the same car over and over. So they have to make it worth the investment. But with resin model cars, you can make fewer quantities, a little bit more limited edition if you want to say it that as well, but you can come out with some setups that are super unique to what the fans may like. The attention to detail can certainly be outmatched when you're comparing die-cast to resin, but it's great to explore different options and just again see what all the model car companies have to offer. And the last one that we need to ditch, and I think some of you guys may have guessed it, is surprise, surprise, Hot Wheels. I'm pretty sure you guys knew that this was coming, but it's time to move on, guys. Let's stop storing this stuff in your mom's basement, attic, in the garage. hanging them up on your walls. Let's get rid of that. Let's move on to the next phase of model car collecting, which is right here at Model Cars Houston, where I'm trying to show you guys some of the best die-cast resin model cars that exist in this hobby space. It's not all about quantity anymore. It's more about the quality versus the quantity, and maybe scale it down to the ones that you actually might be really interested in collecting and displaying those pieces with pride and joy. Maybe when it does come to Hot Wheels, you could collect the super rare stuff, but the basic ones, let's just leave that for the kiddies. So those are 6 outdated trends that I'm trying to convince you guys not to fall for anymore when it comes to 2024. Let me know if you guys agree with any of them. Let me know if you disagree. But lastly, let me know if there's something that I missed that could be added to this list.